Hey guys, I'm going to go through your test 18, and this is your study guide. So question 1 says, if 3/4 of 200 seeds sprouted, how many didn't sprout? So you know that we've done this plenty of times. We set this up as a multiplication problem. Well, 4 can go into 200 how many times? 50, right? So the 4 becomes a 1, the 200 becomes a 50. Then we say 3 times 50, which would be 150. But that's how many did sprout, right? A lot of us still will put the 150. But if 150 did sprout, the question asks us how many did not sprout. So think about it. There's 200 total and 150 did sprout, okay? And then you solve it. On number 2, it says the ratio of boys to girls in the class was 3:2. If there are 12 boys, how many girls? Well, set this up how we do our butterfly. There are 3 boys to 2 girls. If there are 12 boys, how many girls were there? Okay? Well, the 12 will go on top because there's boys and boys, remember? And now we do our butterfly. 3x equals 24. So x equals 8. There were 8 girls, okay? All right, so for 3, you're finding perimeter. What have we talked about? Here's your hint on that one. I just realized I worked out number 2 for you. So perimeter's A plus B plus C. Okay, that is for a triangle. That is your hint on that one. Area is 1/2 times the base. Remember, base is bottom. So the base in that one is 4 times the height. And remember, the height is the one that's going straight up, not at a diagonal. And the height in that one is 3. There's your hint in that one. Work it out. For 5, don't forget to line up those decimals. So it'll be 5.00 minus 3.21. Okay? Don't forget to line up those zeros. Let me wipe this down before we move on. Hope everybody had a long weekend, just a good weekend. I know you probably didn't do as much as you normally do, but hopefully you still got to spend time with some family. Get to enjoy your Easter. On number 6, you do not have to line up your decimals on those, right? So you just say 2.7 times 0.03. Just like that, okay? Number 7, remember the one listed first goes on the inside. So 0.27. And what is the square root of 36? Well, the square root of 36, of course, is 6. Okay? So 6 into, and don't forget, you don't have to move your decimal here. Just bring it up because there's no decimal on the outside. Number 8, again, the number listed first goes on the inside. Now, you will have to move it. Remember, you move it one place here, one place here. So this is like saying 9 into 270. Don't forget that. All right, number 9. Most of you got really good at this. The square root of 20. Well, you find which ones are closest. So 4 times 4 is 16, right? 5 times 5 is 25. So just think about it. You're finding the perfect squares that are the closest. Number 10, just get you a common denominator. 5, 6 plus 1/2. What's my common denominator? You could do it a couple of ways. You could say 12. And you're going to end up having to reduce at the end. Or you could just say 6. whichever one you want to do. Number 11, 3 1/3 minus 2 1/2. Again, don't forget, 6 is going to be your common denominator for sure there, okay? Number 12. Remember, with multiplication with fractions, you do not have to get a common denominator. What do? You make those a mixed number. So for 12, that would be like saying 15/4 times 8/5. And look, you're going to be able to cancel and make your problem so much easier. On 13, 5, that would be like saying 5 divided by, well, 1 1/4 is 5/4. And remember, we flip the second number. We make it multiplication and we flip it. Okay? On 14, you're just going to divide, right? What is it saying? 5 times y equals 9. Well, in that case, what are you going to move? You're going to move your 5 to the other side. What's the opposite of multiplication? Division. Okay? For 15, I will go ahead. I'm going to tell you the formulas. You have to do the math. Okay? Circumference, in this case, because they give you the radius, circumference is 2 times 3.14 times the radius, which is 10. Okay? You do the math. On 16, area, pi times 10 squared. Okay? And what is 10 squared? That means 10 times 10. Excuse me. So it'd be 3.14 times 100. You do the math. 17, right? 75% as a reduced fraction and as a decimal. Well, you know 75 over 100, right? Don't forget, reduce. Okay? Reduce that. And so how would I write 75 hundredths? That's your hint on that one. 18. Most of you are getting these. Some of you are still forgetting. Volume is length times width times height. It doesn't matter. Since multiplication is reciprocal, it doesn't matter which order you do it in. Okay? 19. Just think about it. A cube has how many faces? I will tell you that this is actually written in Investigation 6, okay? It's just a bold, like a statement in Investigation 6. If I tell you, I mean, it's just going to give you the answer. So if you want to look that up, there it is. Okay. Some of you did a really good job with this number 20 last week. You have to plot the points and then figure out where the other one is going to go. The first one they give us is 3, -2. So about right there. The second one they give us is 5, +2. So about right here. Then the fourth one they give us is 0, 2. And now you've got to figure out where the next one is, okay? So I've got 1 at -2, 2 at +2. So just think about it. You know it's going to be probably around -2 down there, okay? So just think about it to get that last point, okay? All right, I hope everybody has a great week, and I hope you followed the study guide. If you watched it, you'll be pleasantly surprised. Bye.